8:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is the news, edited by Lal Mallavarachi and read by Indrani Senanayake. The headlines. The President says that licensed land owners who possess only a permit will be granted a valid title deed next year. The agricultural export sector should be strengthened in the endeavour to rebuild the national economy. Attention of the President will be focused to pay at least 5,000 rupees from the 10,000 rupees of salary increase from next January onward. The new electricity draft bill will be presented to Parliament within the next 2 weeks. Chinese state refiner Sinopec is to build a $4.5 billion refinery in Sri Lanka. In foreign news, Russia launches its biggest drone attack on Kiev since its invasion of Ukraine. In sports news, former West Indies batter Marlon Samuels banned from all cricket for 6 years for breaching anti-corruption rules. President Ranil Wickremesinghe says that licensed land owners who possess only a permit will be granted a valid title deed. This budget proposal will be made a reality with the program scheduled to be implemented island-wide in line with the Independence Day celebrations on the 4th of February next year. The President made these remarks at the District Coordination Committee meeting held in the Matale District Secretariat today. The President further said that the agricultural export sector should be strengthened in the endeavour to rebuild the national economy. Accordingly, a special program will be implemented to promote minor export crops in the country. Under this plan, cocoa cultivation in the Kandy, Matale and Kurunegala districts will be popularised and coffee and cinnamon plantations will be revitalised in these districts. The President added that special attention should be focused to generate innovative means of income. The state sector must work in collaboration with the private sector to make this initiative a success. The President also paid attention to the problems of the people living in the Matale district and provided direct solutions to many of the problems presented to him at this meeting. Measures will be taken to solve the pure drinking water problem and to develop rural roads in the Matale district without delay. Politicians and public officials and a large crowd of people in the district were present at this meeting. State Minister of Finance Ranjit Singh Balapitiya says that attention of the President is to be focused to pay at least 5,000 rupees from the amount of 10,000 rupees increased by the budget from January onwards. The 10,000 rupee salary increase was originally planned to be paid from April next year. State Minister Singh Balapitiya further said that the President is willing to pay 2,500 rupees as an increased allowance for pensioners from January itself. However, this will cost the government a huge sum of money. The President and the Cabinet are attempting to earn this extra amount of money by streamlining the tax collection procedure. Power and Energy Minister Kanchana Wijesekara says that the new electricity draft bill will be presented to Parliament within the next 2 weeks. This will streamline the activities of the Electricity Board to provide quality service to the consumers. The Ceylon Electricity Board received an additional income of 16 billion rupees last month as hydropower generation took place at full capacity due to the heavy rains. A similar income is expected this month as reservoirs had reached full capacity. The minister said the additional income will be used to provide relief to consumers if this conducive situation continues. He made these remarks at a press briefing held at the President's Media Centre this evening. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation, and we continue with local news. Sri Lanka will most likely approve on Monday a proposal from Chinese state refiner Sinopec to build a $4.5 billion refinery in Sri Lanka. Power and Energy Minister Kanchana Wijesekara says that it's on the agenda for Monday. Once the Cabinet gives approval, the government will invite them to sign the agreement. Sri Lanka is looking for new investments and local fuel supplies. Sinopec's investment of at least $4.5 billion. Once the agreement is signed, further details will be provided. 2 youths aged 25 and 27 were arrested at the Bandaranaike International Airport in Katunaika today after illegally attempting to leave the country. The duo, who had attempted to leave for Austria aboard a Turkish Airlines flight, have been identified as residents of Kilinochchi and Mulleriava. They had reportedly presented fake visa documents obtained through a broker in Borello. 4 police officers were arrested over the death of an individual held in remand custody at the Jaffna prison. The victim, a 26-year-old suspect involved in multiple robberies, was initially arrested by the Vadukode police. He was later remanded at the Mallaham court. He was admitted to the Jaffna hospital due to a sudden illness after being sent to the Jaffna prison. Despite being returned to prison, the suspect fell ill again on the 19th of this month and succumbed after admission to the Jaffna hospital's emergency unit. Forensic medical reports indicated that the injuries on the suspect's body had led to his death. That ends the local segment of news.
The main news story is brought to you by Sinhala Mahatma.
Education Minister Dr. Susil Premajayantha says that the results of the GCE Ordinary Level Examination will be released in the next few days. The minister stated that for the first time in history, the Grade 5 scholarship results were released within a month and all arrangements had been made to hold the advanced level examination as well. The minister said the last advanced level examination results were delayed because the examination of the answer sheets were delayed by 3 months, and if not, the advanced level examination could have started in November. That was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Sinhala Mahatma.
We now take a look at Watchlight. It has been decided to carry out the inquiries of the Committee on Public Enterprises on Sri Lanka cricket without Professor Ranjit Mandara. This was decided at the meeting of party leaders held yesterday and came to you in Watchlight. We now take a look at world news. First, the headlines. Russia launches its biggest drone attack on Kiev since its invasion of Ukraine. Madagascar President Andry Rajoelina re-elected in contested poll. Trafalgar Square, Norwegian Christmas tree felled ahead of London journey. Russia has launched its biggest drone attack on Kiev since its full-scale invasion of Ukraine began last year, the city's mayor has said. Residents were woken by explosions before dawn today, and for more than 6 hours the booms of Kiev's air defense echoed through the city. There was wave after wave of attacks from the north and the east. Officials said that more than 75 Iranian-made Shahed drones were fired at the capital and 74 were shot down. Madagascar's incumbent president, Andry Rajoelina, has won a third term following a dispute election boycotted by the opposition and its supporters. He won 59% of the vote to defeat his 2 closest rivals. The election recorded a voter turnout of 46%, considered to be the lowest in the country's history. The low turnout followed calls for poll boycott by 10 presidential contenders. London's traditional Christmas gift has been felled in Norway ahead of its trip to Trafalgar Square. It grew in Noredmarka, the forest just north of Oslo, and will be loaded onto a ship bound for the capital. Standing at 62 feet tall, the tree will arrive in central London at the start of next month, ahead of an official light ceremony on the 7th of December. The Norwegian spruce is sent each year as a token of thanks for Britain's support during World War II. To end this bulletin of world news, the headlines again. Russia launches its biggest drone attack on Kiev since its invasion of Ukraine. Madagascar President Andry Rajoelina re-elected in contested poll. Trafalgar Square, Norwegian Christmas tree felled ahead of London journey. That ends this bulletin of World News.
Development News.
Sri Lanka has seen foreign direct investment projects increase by 122% this year so far in comparison to last year, the Investment Promotion Ministry said. The Board of Investment, the Apex Investment Promotions Agency, has achieved $1.8 billion in total investments for the first 11 months of the year, out of which $1.5 billion are foreign direct investment projects. State Minister Dilum Amunagama said the economy will continue to contract this year, but it was better than 7.8 last year. This year it has forecast a 2.0 negative growth. It is an arduous task to attract foreign investments amidst the economic contraction. Yet, in the year-on-year comparison, the BOI has achieved this despite the external and internal setbacks. The significant increase in projects is due to the high value of investments in the energy sector.
Moving on with sports news.
Former West Indies batter Marlon Samuels has been banned from all cricket for 6 years for breaching anti-corruption rules following an independent tribunal hearing. Samuels was found guilty by the International Cricket Council in August this year of breaking 4 rules during the 2019 Abu Dhabi T10 League. The 42-year-old retired from all professional cricket in November 2020. He won the T20 World Cup twice, top scoring for the West Indies in both finals. Samuel played 71 tests, 207 one-day internationals and 67 T20s for the West Indies between 2000 and 2018. That was sports news.
Go ekakiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු වීන හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all new NSB Ithru Mithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Kahawatha Plantations has announced that its Endane Special BOP 1T has been highly commended at the renowned Leafies International Tea Academy Award 2023. The Leafies celebrate the world's finest loose-leaf teas and bring primary tea producers exposure to a global tea-focused market. Endane Special BOP 1T stood out among 320 tea varieties from across the globe at the Leafies International Tea Academy Award 2023. This accolade is a testament to Sri Lanka's commitment to producing the world's finest loose-leaf teas and the dedication that goes into every cup while promoting sustainable practices in the tea industry. That was Business News.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekakiyana youth එකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු වීන හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all new NSB Ithru Mithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
We now take a look at economic news. Chief of Staff to President Sagala Ratnayaka says that Sri Lanka will soon bring anti-dumping laws to protect the local industries. Addressing the media, he said that this is being done to create a level playing field with local manufacturers and importers. He said that they have received many representations in this regard and are currently working towards addressing this anti-dumping issue. Even in the future, when free trade agreements are formulated, this factor would be of prime concern, he said, and that was economic news.